Hi, I'm Dr. Ken Berry, family physician, and in this short video, let's discuss breakfast foods for diabetics. Let's talk about 5 really good choices and 5 really bad choices. Millions of diabetics, both type 1 and type 2, get terrible nutrition advice from mainstream media, from the American Diabetes Association. This advice actually perpetuates and worsens their diabetes. And so I'm trying to get some good information out there for diabetics about what you actually should eat for breakfast. And that's what this video is about. And I'm going to give you reasons to back up that advice after each example. If you know a diabetic, either type 1, type 2, or LADA, please share this video with them. You can share it on your Facebook page, in your group, everywhere you want to share it. The more you share, the more it helps me to help people. Now, let's talk about these 5 good and 5 bad choices. And diabetics listening to this now, I want you to pay careful attention to this. I want you to use your glucometer or your CGM, your continuous glucose monitor, to verify what I'm saying. I don't want you to blindly believe what the American Diabetes Association says. I also don't want you to blindly believe me. I want you to listen to your body, and the way you do that as a diabetic is to check your blood sugar, okay? So 30 minutes after you eat this breakfast, 60 minutes and 90 minutes for the first time you try the breakfast that I recommend versus the breakfast that the ADA or other diabetic gurus recommend. Check your blood sugar at 30 minutes, 60 minutes, and 90 minutes after that meal. That's gonna give you the answer, because if your blood sugar spikes up super high, it doesn't matter what kind of nutrition is in that food. That's a bad food for you as a diabetic. Now, let's get into these 5 foods. Number 1 good food is eggs. When you eat an egg, or 2, or 5, you get all the amino acids and all of the fatty acids, both of these being essential fatty acids and amino acids. That means you can't make them. You have to get them in your diet. Eggs are the perfect source for this. The more pastured and natural the eggs are, the higher the omega-3 content and the higher the vitamins and minerals. Eggs are the closest thing to a superfood or a multivitamin that you can have for breakfast. And then also you're gonna have almost no movement of your blood sugar whatsoever, which is, I want you to verify that. Number 1 bad food is oatmeal. Oatmeal is made of oats, and whether it's instant oatmeal or it's that kind of oatmeal that's steel cut that you have to cook on the stove for 3 days, it is made of carbohydrates, made of a grain. All carbohydrates break down into glucose and fructose. Glucose spikes your blood sugar, fructose makes you store fat in your liver. Both of these things are horrible for diabetics. There's no meaningful vitamin or mineral content in oats. All you can do to make oats palatable is to add sugar or honey or agave nectar. All of these are going to also spike your blood sugar even more. Number 2 good food is avocado. An avocado has 500 milligrams of potassium per 100 gram serving. It also has only 8 grams of carbohydrates per 100 gram serving. Full of vitamins and minerals, great potassium content, much better than the number 2 bad food, which is a banana. Bananas are touted from the heavens as the ultimate source of potassium that you can get in your diet. This is utter foolishness. A banana has 350 milligrams of potassium per 100 grams, and it has 22 grams of carbohydrate per 100 grams. That's going to spike your blood sugar sky high, whereas the avocado will not. Number 3 good food is bacon. If you want to get uncured bacon, that's fine. If you want to eat the cheap bacon from China Mart, that's also fine. You're going to be getting the full assortment of essential amino acids and essential fatty acids from bacon. If you get a pastured bacon, that's going to have even more of the omega-3 fatty acids your body needs. It's going to have more vitamins and minerals. Number 3 bad food is English muffins. Some of the nutrition experts out there seem to think that if a bread is harder to chew or tougher, that somehow makes it a better carbohydrate. English muffins are made from wheat. Wheat is all carbohydrate. It breaks down into glucose and fructose. One raises your blood sugar, the other puts fat in your liver. There is no meaningful nutrition in an English muffin. Please don't eat that. And remember, if you do try it, verify it at 30, 60, and 90 minutes with your glucometer. Number 4, good food for breakfast for diabetics is steak. Any grass-fed, grass-finished, or the cheapest steak you can buy at China Mart is going to give you the full assortment of essential amino acids, the full assortment of essential fatty acids, and tons of vitamins and minerals. Even the cheapest, worst produced steak is full of vitamins and minerals. There just is no arguing that. Number 4, bad food is muesli with berries. Muesli is basically raw oats that we call by a different name, so you don't have to say, yeah, I'm eating oats again this morning. And they soak them in a liquid, usually skim milk, to make them barely chewable. And then most people add some berries or a few nuts. The nuts are okay, but muesli and berries breaks down 100% into glucose, fructose. There you go again. You know what those two things do. Not a good breakfast. Even though it sounds very European, very Mediterranean, it's going to spike your blood sugar. Please verify that. Number 5, good breakfast food for diabetics is a full-fat Greek yogurt with a good sprinkling of nuts. This is going to give you all the amino acids you need, all the fatty acids you need, plus quite a few vitamins and minerals. Not perfect breakfast food, but pretty darn good if you need some variety as a diabetic. Number 5, worst food for diabetics, and then I saved the worst for last, is cereal with skim milk. Any cereal that comes in a box on this planet is a terrible food for diabetics. I don't care what it says on the label, how big the heart healthy label is on the box. It is crap. It is nothing but a grain that's been ultra processed and ground up. They've added a few fake vitamins and minerals back to it. And then when you pour skim milk on it, you're getting more sugar. And so the grains in the cereal and the lactose in the milk going to break down into glucose, fructose, and galactose. They are going to all spike your blood sugar. The fructose and galactose going to help you store more fat in your liver. Another bad thing. So now then I'm going to leave you with this parting thought. Maybe you should just skip breakfast. More and more diabetics are finding out that, contrary to the popular opinion that breakfast is the most important meal of the day, breakfast is optional. You can sip on some black coffee or unsweetened tea or some sparkling water, and you can do just fine. Anytime you put off eating, your blood sugar actually goes back towards low normal, and your insulin level that you make endogenously or the exogenous insulin you inject goes down because you just don't need as much insulin. That's a very good place for a diabetic to be, with a low normal blood sugar and a low normal insulin level in their body. So I've got, if you're like, well, if I skip breakfast, I'm going to have hunger pains. Well, I've got a video about that. I'm going to have it pop up here at the end of this video. Please consider subscribing to this channel and click the little bell right beside the subscribe button so that every time I have a bright idea like this, you'll be one of the very first to know. Also, check out my Instagram. I want you to go to my Instagram account and look at who I follow. That's where you're going to find the proper human diet, both for diabetics and for non-diabetics as well. All right, guys, this is Dr. Barry. I'll see you next time.